Yeah,
Okay.
I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone is in good health. We're all doing well this morning. Yeah, we shall just begin our meeting for today. I've just placed the topic for today in the chat box. Yeah. Again, this is from a certain blog that I was reading yesterday, and they were sharing about maintaining a positive outlook on life. And in that blog, they were mentioning about how, like life is always happening to people in different ways, and how, you can always choose to complain or to be grumpy or to be sad or whatever. And granted, there's really nothing wrong with that. But they were trying to say that if that becomes kind of like um if that becomes the way you are, forever in your life, or that's how you always are, then that may not necessarily be a good thing. Yeah, so today I just thought that, we'll discuss how maybe each and every one of us would share how we are able to, just maintain or just have a positive outlook on life, regardless, our surrounding or regardless of our circumstances. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
okay.
feel free to open our discussion for today.
Okay. For me, good morning, everyone. For me, this interesting one also because first of all, if you want to maintain a positive outlook about life, you need to be very grateful about everything that you're having. That's very, very important. Your positivity, your mindset should be very positive in whatever you want to do. Wherein you should count your blessing and you should be very grateful about everything that you're having. That's it shows that you're ready or you're really trying to have a positive outlook about your life. Because most of us, we are here now today. Yeah, it doesn't mean that we are more opportune or more okay, we have everything than the others. No, it's just because of maybe it's a sequence of arrival. Yeah, that's how I can put it. And so also whenever you're in a certain position, try all possible means for you to be very grateful. Take Count your blessings. For instance, I'm working. I've wake up this morning. There are people that are now at the hospital. Yesterday they go to bed and they slept well. Earlier this morning they have attack. Yeah, they have rushed with them to the hospital. So if you start thinking about others, the atrocities that are happening to others, then you look at yourself that you are in within you within a you are within a positive atmosphere. Everything is looking good. Then trust me, you should be very grateful. So one thing you should try to put on yourself first is that you should be very, very grateful and try to count your blessings. That's also a key. You counting your blessings, it means a lot in whatever you're doing. And then count your days or your time one step. Yeah, count everything or take your time one step at a time in anything that you're doing. Because if you are in the mindset of, oh, I'm here today, I want to be here tomorrow, trying to build in castles. You have this today, you want that tomorrow, you will not content. And if you are not content, you will never have a positive look at yourself. Always you are trying to figure out about negativity, because contentment also comes with positivity. If you are not thinking about positive, if you are not thinking positively, then you will not be content also. Because one thing, you will start thinking about people that are richer than you, and then you started having the idea of being negative of yourself because you have achieved this. The next thing that comes to your mind is for you to have another thing also. So you should always try all possible means to be positive in whatever you're doing. And then you should always remind yourself about the blessings that you have in the things that you're doing now. I've wake up this morning. Try to see yourself as good. Oh, there are people that are in the hospital. I'm opportune. I'm here now. keeping a meeting, I'm doing this thing. There comes looking at yourself, taking yourself, being positive about yourself. First of all, try to count your blessings. Stay be content also. You being content can make you be positive, because if you want to build castles, then there comes a negativity. You started thinking about how to rob, have different feelings. Oh, this person has passed me. The person has a car. I don't have a car. The person has iPhone 7. I don't have iPhone 14. You know, this kind of comparison thing, which is the thief of all joy. So there comes negative thoughts, and then from there your positivity will reduce to you. So this is my own contribution to this topic.
Yeah, thank you so much, Noah. Yeah, you've mentioned some very points. So yeah, it's very important for us to just keep away from comparison. Like you said, you know, it's a thief of joy. Yeah, every time you're always comparing yourself to somebody else. There's somebody who says who was saying that every time you compare yourself to somebody else, there will always be somebody. It can be two ways. Yeah, so it can bring you down in the sense that you always feel like there is somebody who is better than you. Yeah, but then it can also be on the flip side, it can also make you haughty or make you proud, because you always feel like you're better than somebody else. So it's always, yeah, you know, that comparing yourself to someone else, you know, it can either make you haughty, or you can make you or you can bring down your self-esteem. And I think either way, it's either extreme is really not good. Yeah, so I think it's just important, you know, to just be able to appreciate our own journeys in life, and yeah, be content as you mentioned. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else can just feel free to go ahead and share.
Yeah, I think you, Noah, you've just said what I would regard as a fundamental thing about this being positive, because once you talked about counting your blessings, basically there is actually a song where it says, "Count your blessings, name them one by one." Yeah, there's a group we kind of pray together, and we said every Wednesday we just come, and when we are praying, we are just telling God what we just mentioned, the things that we are grateful about, and you get surprised that normally you are given about 2 minutes to write, and you may find within that minute alone you've written over so many things, really. In the same way, because you are focused on the good things, you can write so many things. For example, just you mentioned about the being alive, not being in hospital. Even just concentrating on ourselves alone, the fact that you have eyes, you can see, but you can't make eyes see. You have ears, you can hear, but you cannot make the ears hear. It's again God who does that, because He created us, and well, that one is a blessing. And I think mainly because whatever we do comes as a result of thinking, comes as a result of thought. And the statistics, research says that about 80%, around 80%, 80 to 90% of our thoughts are actually negative. And in a day, if we have about 60,000 thoughts or even more, so out of that, much of that is negative. So I think because we first think about something, and then when we concentrate on it, we feel, and then eventually we take action. Because if I'm looking at someone's car, I'm just thinking about it, and then eventually I feel, I wish that was my car. And then eventually when I take action, of course, if I'm a thief, I would be able to I may go and steal it. but then I might steal it in my mind by just now maybe kind of reaching the owner some bad thing, and I'm not positive. I'm now going down the route of anger, of envy, and all that. Then another thing actually is awareness of why maintaining a positive outlook is important, because we are chemical, we are biological beings, and therefore our bodies have got chemicals that they produce, and that actually the thinking or the positivity, how we do things, it affects what kind of chemicals we can have in our bodies. Yeah. So, and whenever then we think negatively, we are actually in a way allowing allowing chemicals that are not good for our physiology and health to be in our being, and eventually we may even become unwell if you are all the time negative. Eventually you can actually become unaware. I've got this, yeah, I mean, quite a number of people have even died out of, for example, allowing anger to overtake them, and they can't even forgive, because again, that's negative. Yeah, because if you don't forgive, then eventually you are accumulating chemicals in your body that eventually will cause disease, and people die young. Yeah, die young. I mean, I think I can still say this because it just happened in our family, where this person was so angry, and eventually very angry, and never wanted to forgive. And the next moment, he was all the time angry, all the time. And the next moment, we lost him. And part of that was the fact that he would never, if you crossed his path, he would be so angry with you. And for example, you made a mistake, he'd be so angry with you that he would never would even mention it. You know, sometimes he would say, I might even kill you, or things, that kind of language, you know. Yeah, so things like that. Unfortunately, we lost him. He was just a young person, and we lost him. Yeah, so, and this happens really. So maintaining positive outlook, good enough. Actually, we are living at a time which is when there is information. Some people think it is information overload, but it's good for us, because once you, like now you are talking about reading these blogs. Once we are out to read, to get information, we are able to, a lot has been come out really. The fact that positive outlook is really good for us parents. Again, that is our suppose. Sometimes it might be the upbringing, whereby growing up in a family where, well, I mean, all the time complaining and wailing and mourning, and well, you pick up that, and it sits in the subconscious, and eventually, again, you get problems when you grow up, because you picked up that. Now the thing is to fight it, or not fighting it, to allow, if it might come, but allow it to go. Don't give it a feeling. Once we dwell on any thought and we give it a feeling, then we are going to act on it. I think that's what I saw. We should be allowing only those feelings, those thoughts that will cause us to feel good, to feel positive, to feel forgiving, to feel helping, and things. And I think that's where it is. That's where it begins. Someone said, to be miserable is a choice, and to be I'm forgetting the person who did that quote. To be miserable is a choice, and to be comfortable to be happy is a choice, and to be miserable is a choice. So you can choose any of the two. You've chosen. Yeah. And yes. So I think that's my take on this.
Yeah, thank you so much, James. Yeah, it's definitely very important for us to be intentional about the thoughts that we carry in our minds. And like you say, that even if it's something that you've had, you always have an opportunity to sort of re-engineer your mind to start to think a different way. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, as someone else can just feel free to share with us. what you think about this. How can we maintain a positive outlook on life?
Yeah, I will just say, just like everybody else said, and I think being grateful for what you have is very important. Just practicing that gratitude and just accepting that it's part of life for things to not always go out the way we want it, and that, you know, life itself is not perfect, and we are not perfect, so we're going to make mistakes and things are going to happen down the line as well that you know, we might not be prepared for, but we just have to, you know, be grateful for where we are and what we have, and also just looking into the things that, you know, put you in that positive mindset as well, and really focusing your energy on those things that, you know, make you happy and, you know, gets you focused on just being positive, even if things are not going right. And I think when you get to a point where you have that mindset that some things are out of our control, like sometimes when something happens that I know I've done whatever I can to avoid it, or it was out of my control, I just say, well, maybe that's how God wanted it. Everything happens for a reason, and it might not make sense at that point, but later on in life, it might, you know, it might make sense, basically. And yeah, just be around be around positive people, and just, you know, and do things that keep you in that positive mindset, basically. And yeah, that's about it, really, and then the rest will follow. And yeah, I think it's all at the sort of like the foundation should start from internally, how you view things and how you see, and just stop blaming yourself for everything and things not going right. It's part of life. Sometimes things are not going to go our way. So yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mariama. Yeah, I really like what you say when you say that not everything, you know, in life we can actually control. And that really kind of gives you a certain peace of mind to a certain level that, you know, you can't really control everything. Some things will always be out of your control. Yeah, and also being able to know those things that keep you in that positive state of mind, and just making sure that you make time for those things. That's also very, very important. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, yes, Jarikata, do you want to share something? You're welcome for our meeting today. Hi, Jarikata, if you're speaking, we're not able to hear you. Oh, okay, I think maybe there's something wrong with the sound. All right. My microphone is not working. Okay, we shall just close it for today. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for sharing, and yeah, have a wonderful day today.